Hey everyone, welcome to Throne Rod's Garage. In this video, I'm going to be working on a couple things. I'm up here at work and the little four-wheeler that they use needs serviced, and I'm also going to be wiring up this horse trailer for new lights. This horse trailer's been sitting for a while, and of course, the lights, they are in perfect shape. And the wiring is too. But no, this trailer is actually pretty nice. It has a little bit of rust here and there. They did redo the floor, but the lights are just, they're hanging in there. So I have to rewire the entire thing, which is no big deal. We got a whole new wire kit, new lights, new marker lights, and he wanted some reflectors put on there just to make it more noticeable. I mean, most of these had reflectors on them from the factory. So I'm going to put on there what he wants. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to tear off the wiring. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start draining the oil on the four-wheeler. It is a 2019 CF Moto C-Force 600 Hunter Edition. It is pretty nice. They use it to check their cattle and everything and play. But it's been, let's see. I had to put a new battery in it last week when I was here. Changing the oil is going to be super simple. Of course, the drain is underneath. This is the oil filter, oil fill. Like I said, the oil drain plug right there. Pretty simple. But the battery, is underneath the seat. That was easy. It fired right up. It's been sitting for quite a while. A little muddy, but that's what four-wheelers are supposed to be. All right, this one is a 17 millimeter. I'm gonna break it loose, hopefully. I'll break my finger. Yeah, there we go. And one thing you can do while you're sitting here letting it drain is move the whole pan over where it is under the oil filter. Now, to save us from having any kind of mess, I cut up a little cup there just to catch the excess oil, because I do not want to clean up a big oily mess. Oh no. Still gonna make a mess anyways. Make sure that your O-ring is still on here. I don't know if the new filter came with an O-ring. I'll have to double check. The oil filter I am using for this is a Wix. There's the part number. I'm gonna verify that it all matches. It did not come with an O-ring, so we'll have to make sure that O-ring looks great and there's no tears. Well, give me the old oil filter. Just needs to be pried out a little. Ew. Looks like it's been a little while since it's had its last oil change. I will clean up this cap. But first, I need to clean up in here. I always like to make sure that the mating surfaces are nice and clean. Yeah, I got a little mess right there, but that's okay. I can spray that little bit off. New oil filter in place. It just clips. It just sets it in there on that rubber. The O-ring on the oil filter cap looks great. So I just went ahead and cleaned it up a little bit. I'm going to lube up this O-ring with some fresh oil. That way it doesn't stick, rip, or tear. And place it back. I said I was going to go ahead and let this thing drain and start tearing the wiring down on the trailer, but I mean, there isn't much oil in this thing, so it drained pretty quick. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this four-wheeler. Now these are supposed to have a nice torque spec. I believe it's in inch pounds, but tick tick. Tick tick. Tick tick. Oh yeah, they're good. Perfect. Of course, I got a new copper washer on there for the drain plug. Put that in, and then we'll top it off with the oil and fire it up. And of course, there's a torque spec on this as well. Tick, tick. Perfect. Clean up our mess. Some good old brake clean. Always wipe it back down. We're done. And now time to fill it up. The dealership says it calls for right at 3 quarts of oil. And I'm going to go ahead and run the Mobil 1 Racing 4T 1040. That is the correct weight. Oh no, my funnel's a little bit too big. It'll hold. There we are. Put the cap back in it. Well, cap, dipstick. And fire it up. Let it do its thing. The display is not too happy. Oil flashes for a second. You'll build that pressure. There it is. No leaks. Top or bottom. Let it run for about 5 minutes. I'm going to double check, make sure it's perfectly good and full. Then I'm going to log it in our logbook. I keep a log on all the equipment out here and what I've done, what day, what all that good jazz. Ooh, this is going to be hard to see since it's good and clean up against a light colored dipstick. You can see that it's barely dripping right there, but it is perfectly full. It should be. I mean, the dealership told me how many quarts it's supposed to take. Yep, right there to the full mark. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and log it and then pull it out of the shop and start working on the horse trailer. Now, I don't know about you guys, but keeping a vehicle maintenance logbook is highly crucial, especially whenever you're working on other people's things. And it's, it's just a record of what you've done. And Doc up here has quite a few different vehicles, pieces of equipment, everything. And it's just nice to log what you've done, when it was done. So if anything happens, you can look back, or if you're just curious on last time something was repaired, warranty wise, anything like that. I'll show you the logbook that I've got. This is the logbook that they got me. I believe it came from Amazon. It's really nice. I mean, it's got the date for the maintenance, air filter, fuel filter, blah, 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 all that good jazz that you can log. Or if you have something different pop up, you can just put it here and note what it was. Of course, the mileage, I would show you guys some of the logs and stuff in here, but it's got some personal information on the vehicles. So I'm going to finish up the logbook and hop on the horse trailer. It's going pretty sweet and simple. Of course, I still have to drill out the rest of the old rivets, but I just wanted to make sure to get the old lights out of the way. This poor thing needs a bath. This light was already, disconnected. So, gotta unwire it. Get ready to put the new one in. Perfect. Yeah. Put those in with some pop rivets, they'll be good. Now I don't know, do I want to use pop rivets or do I want to use self-tapping screws? Because most of these holes don't even line up. If I do a screw, it'll be really close. I have to drill out that other one. That or I just might make my own new holes just to be on the safe side with a self-tapper. I think I might do that instead. I don't really care for the pop rivets. Well, I'm gonna have to run to town. The holes on the new lights, sorry, I drew a blank for a second. The holes on the new lights are way too large for those smaller pop rivets. And if I go anything bigger, I'm gonna be cutting into the edge of the light mount. See how close? So I'm gonna either A, have to get self-tappers, or B, wire washer rivets. And I think I'm gonna go with the self-tapper. So I need to get new waterproof butt connectors anyhow. So make a good trip, get all that done at once. Well, I returned from town and I went ahead and just put on these lights real fast. And nothing's wired up yet, but I just wanted to show you guys what I got done so far. That light is on. That's an old reflector, so I still have to take that one off and put a new one on. Got that marker light. Again, this thing needs a bath. That marker light. Go around to the passenger side. Driver's side, my bad. That marker light. That rear marker light. And that tail light. Of course, I'll put this reflector on there. I don't know where else he wants to. Oh, that's why I'm so close. It's a little muddy. That trim piece needs to be riveted back on. Of course, it's missing a lot of it, but it is an old trailer. So I still have to run the wiring up here all the way to the back. Yes. Now I got to put this together with wonderful different colors. Thankfully, there's a red, green, blue, brown, white, black. It's fine. It's fine. All right, I got the wire in up through this one pipe on the back side. Now, I went ahead and just tied in this light and the light that goes over to the other side of the front marker lights. So I'm going to see if I can pull with taping onto the old wiring through this tube of the body all the way back to the back for the tail lights and the rear marker lights. This light I think that was part of the trailer brakes. We're going to wire that up later because I doubt they work. Please? Maybe. This might be a two-person job. Somebody help feeding it while the other one, oh no, it's going. Take my time and make sure I don't rip anything up. The reason why that part's taped is it was spliced in for the marker lights. Perfect. Ta-da! So since it's all the way down there at the end, now I can start working on the rear marker lights on both sides and the tail lights on both sides. So I already got this grounded. Now I need to splice in for the tail light and turn signal. No, the tail light, which we'll have to splice down to go this side and the other side. And this is all I got left. So I'm probably gonna have to use a little bit of the old wiring that is salvageable, of course, to run to the other side. That's barely enough to go straight down to the other side. Leave myself a little slack. And I will go ahead and get another one of those little eyelets. Perfect. Good enough. Well, I'm starting to run out of time, so instead of trying to record it all, it's pretty monotonous and kind of boring watching wiring. So I'm going to go ahead and blow through this real fast, get it the rest of the way wired up, and I have to go grab one of my boss's trucks because I don't have a 7 plug on my truck to test it. It is wired up according to the chart that was sent with the plug, so it should work, but it's always good to test it before they take off with the trailer and haul with it. Moment of truth. Let's hope they come on. Hey, I seen a marker light. There's one marker light on. 2 marker lights on. Woohoo! 2 tail lights. So far we're doing great. Another marker light. And another. Set you guys back here and I'm going to see if the turn signals and all that work. You let me know if they are. You guys see all right? Left. Right. Brake lights. Anything? Yay, nay? Yeah, they're working. I'm gonna turn the hazards on so I can see for myself. They're probably not as bright as I would hope that they would be. They don't seem to be the brightest, but hey, I didn't order the tail lights. Thankfully, if we want to change them out, it's sweet and simple. I can unhook them, hook new ones back in, we'll be good to go. Well, when I picked up the 4-wheeler this morning to get it serviced, it was at the stable, so I might as well take it back, and there's no sense in going with an empty trailer. Simple enough. No ramps needed. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and park this thing back over there at the farm and get it ready for when they need it. Oh, I better turn that off. Don't want copyrighted. Well, everyone, that's it for this video. I got the trailer parked back where it needs to be. The lights worked great even after I got done pulling it. You know, sometimes you lose your ground. But it worked great. The four-wheeler's put back in the stable and it's serviced. Didn't seem like I got a whole lot done today, but wiring up that trailer was kind of a chore, just here and there, trying to get the wire to run through the tubing. So other than that, I do appreciate you all watching. If you could, please like and subscribe. It does help my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, let's go.